Welcome back to the channel. Today we're in the run heavy playbook looking at single back ace, super simple formation. We'll just come out in the run game here. We'll match with nickel. I already have the ball backed up. And like I said, super simple formation. And we're going to be running these pass plays here to the advantage of this formation being symmetrical, right? Looks the same on both sides, right? You cut it down the middle, it's going to look the same on both sides. So that being the case here, we're going to be able to get each outside receiver to run both of these routes, each tight ends to run both of the routes, right? You get the idea here with the scheme, with the pass plays. But we will start out in the run game here, and like I said, it's symmetrical. So obviously in practice mode, you're not going to get an animation regardless of what you do, if you hot route, whatever you do. But in a game, you would be able to kind of flip this play, come out in it to the right or to the left, flip the play, and really your opponent wouldn't know which way you're going to be running the ball, right? And then of course it's an RPO, so you have that backside slant as well. I'm out of that. And if you notice, we do have the Kansas City Lions matchup here as well to celebrate first game of the week here, uploading this on Thursday night here. So, but the run game, super simple, right? I mean, you saw the cover zero blitz kind of deal there. You're able to kind of run them out of it there. If they start dropping, more like they kind of, obviously this is very exaggerated, but they drop a bunch of guys in coverage, right? They're starting to drop more guys in coverage. You're going to be able to run the ball more and stuff like that. So you want to be able to still have the run game. You have two tight ends out of this. There is more runs out of this, obviously. There's like a halfback slam, halfback dive, stuff like that. But having the stretch, I mean, you could even put the stretch in your audibles. You probably would put the stretch in your audibles in a real game, but just having it at your disposal, being able to get to the run game, and I think the stretch is kind of the best run out of this. But that doesn't stop you from mixing it with the rest of the runs in the playbook. So super simple there on the run game. Like I said, you do the backside slant as well. We'll kind of hit that right here. Backside slant, backside slant as well, it being an RPO. So makes it kind of double good. So for the first pass play here, we're going to be looking at double hitch. And of course, like I said, we're going to be able to flip this both ways. So Gray is running the hitch route right now, but of course we can flip that and have Kelsey run the hitch route, and then MVS run the hitch as your receiver there. So either way, that's kind of the beautiful part about this. You can kind of pick and choose where you're going to hit your spots against the user, right? So you can imagine if he is using the right side linebacker, maybe you've noticed he is a terrible user. Okay, cool. We'll run Kelsey's hitch right at him, right? You can, I mean, obviously that's not going to happen in a real game, right? But I mean, you get the idea behind it, right? Maybe he has a really good user, so like you can imagine your opponent being the user in the middle here. Maybe you want to have like maybe you want to run the hitch kind of to his left or something like that, and run the corner route and behind him, something like that, right? You can kind of play your games with the user as well. So with the double hitch here, of course, it's double hitch. You're getting one from the tight end, one from the receiver. So if you get a maybe off cover 3 look or something like that, you can just kind of boom, take those free routes, take those free yards. Of course, you want your guy to catch the ball, but besides the point. Unless they're playing cover 2, something like that, hopefully you can kind of pull those guys down. If they are playing cover 2, hopefully with Kelsey and your receiver out there, kind of puts them in a bind as well. So really nice play. Really nice play as well from double hitch. Of course, like I said, being able to play the mind games with the opponent, that is kind of the whole idea with this scheme. And you do have this backside kind of post route. Kind of takes like a double move sort of deal. Takes a very long time. So I mean, if you would like to put him maybe on just something different as well, you could obviously do that. Maybe you put him on just a streak, something like that, just sort of clear him out down the field. And I mean, you can kind of see the corner kind of backed up. That was a good example. The corner kind of backed up, played Kelsey, kind of take that short route underneath. If they would do the opposite, right, they come down and play that short route, you have Kelsey over the top. So good little short the middle game there. Already playing mind games with the opponent. Next one here is X option, and here I really want to highlight this the route ran right here by MVS in this case. Just a whip route, just a zig route, whip route, whatever you want to call it. Super powerful from the outside. I mean, you can just kind of see. I mean, there actually the corner did a good job coming down, maybe even playing hard flats there. But unless they're really playing hard flats, I mean, you're going to have something over there a lot of the time. So I mean, blocking up the running back is something I typically do. If you watch these videos, that's something we usually go to. And so getting that 6-man protection. Really nice here. Obviously, and then kind of the same deal we just ran with double hitch. We talked about with Kelsey and the outside receiver running kind of like a smash concept. We're basically going to be doing the same thing with, Gray and the outside receiver MVS in this case. But I mean, we can obviously flip that, right? We can X option. We can run it the same way, right? So let's talk about this backside. Let's block up a running back. Let's talk about this backside little post route, option route type of deal. I don't really like it. It's supposed to break out against man coverage, or it's supposed to break against leverage and stuff like that, but there is cases against man coverage where the corner just locks him up. He breaks out to the left, and the corner just does a really good job locking him up here. And of course there he breaks across the middle, does a decent job there. But I like to just get rid of that route completely, so we'll kind of show you what we would like to set it up here as. Kind of flip it the same way we did, block up our running back. I kind of will just put him on a backside slant. And you can see Gray was kind of on that little spot right over the top, or over the middle of the field. And you kind of have your receiver coming in over in behind of him. And of course, you're running Kelsey and Tony over there on just basically smash. And of course, I mean, that's going to be something you love, right? Especially if you have a really good tight end. You're building the scheme around your tight ends. You want to have that good tight end route running, stuff like that. Taking the time out from the video here, I just want to thank you guys for clicking on the video and watching here. If you're liking what you're seeing, go ahead and click the subscribe button. I just want to remind you to do that here. Trying to get over that 1,000 subscriber mark. That's a big milestone, so we're looking to get there here. Hopefully by the end of the year as the new season starts here. And yeah, just appreciate you guys checking out the videos, clicking the like, clicking the subscribe, commenting, all that good stuff. And yeah, I'll keep it short and sweet and send it back to the video. X option, really kind of the same thing. And of course, I mean, you can do the same kind of deal. Of course, and I actually didn't talk about this before. Going back to double hitch, you can just streak this outside receiver as well and kind of use him as a clear out route. And then you kind of have that backside hitch. Kind of have that, I mean, that does a pretty good job beating man. But against zone, using the outside guy as a clear, and then using the corner route there, kind of coming underneath them. You can do the same thing over here. We'll kind of flip it the same way. You can get rid of that whip route completely. Maybe they're overplaying it. Maybe they're really playing those hard flats. Okay, great. Let's get rid of that completely. Let's run this backside slant. We'll kind of use outside guy as a clear. And Kelsey kind of, I mean, there you get home with the blitz. But you get the idea playing off that, right? I mean, using the same idea. If they're overplaying those hard flats. Because we are trying to hit those short routes, right? We're not just trying to hit bombs these whole times. But I mean, and it's the same thing the other way, right? Like you can do all this the same thing the other way, right? Now we're running the corner out to the left with Gray, Kelsey stopping over the middle. I mean, you can just kind of see bombing it over the top. Actually, really good play. I should have passed it up more, but in the play is there to be made. So X option double hits, kind of one in the same play, just does a little bit differently. Again, back to that mind games of an offense. Here we're running just crosses. Crosses are awesome here. I mean, this one actually gives you a little bit of everything because that route gets to the middle of the field, which is nice, gives you a post route to the middle of the field if they do give you that open look. But this is kind of the look you really want to run it against to get that one high safety, get a closed field look from the defense here, from the defensive secondary. And I mean, one of these tight ends is just going to get open, especially once you're getting the user's eyes kind of down at the line of scrimmage, out towards the sides. I mean, you run crossers on them, and I mean, you're really moving their eyes a lot. I mean, you can just kind of see, not good, that wasn't cut, that wasn't good. But you can just see, I mean, here we're getting post on double hitch. We're getting a corner, we're getting a hitch on X option, we're getting a corner, we're getting a guy kind of stopping over the middle. I mean, crossers, we're getting, we're moving their eyes a lot, which is kind of what you want. And there you saw, I mean, guys just kind of get caught in the wash. Tons of good things with these crossers. Crossers are really very good. One of my favorite concepts just to run. It's just very easy. You drop back. I mean, you just look. And there, of course, matching it with. I wish he would catch the ball. I get that was a hard one, but having that post route as well over the top to kind of match these open field looks as well is something to look to here. And here they do a good job, but you kind of click on. Hey, that was pretty cool though. That was pretty cool. But you can kind of click on, come back to the ball. It sort of has an answer down the field, and you get that blocked up because you do have a 6-man protection typically. The running backs are doing a little bit better job of blocking up this year. But tight end cross, pretty simple play there. And last one that we're going to have here is tight end option in. And really, I mean, you can block up your running back, but here I do actually like to let him out on a route just as sort of a quick little check down. Post route from one of the tight ends over the middle. You got a C route from one of the receivers, and then just sort of a go route, a streak on the other outside. And then you have Kelsey in this case. Kelsey, one of the tight ends. He's basically running an option route, but instead of breaking it to the outside, which we love against man, does a pretty good job putting the foot in the ground, getting outside, even against not really great route running tight ends. They do still a pretty good job beating man. Here it's basically that route, but to the middle of the field. So here he's going to settle down against zone. You can kind of see, well, does a good job there getting hit. But I mean, you can see already. I mean, playing mind games again, going back to that with the receiver or with the user and stuff like that. I mean, you can see he stops there. I mean, opens up that, kind of pulls up the user opens up for the post route and behind it. You get man, you get cover 0 blitz. Okay, you can see, I mean, here, maybe okay, you thinking there might be blitzing? Sure, you're going to block up the running back. You still have a C route to beat man. You feel pretty good about the post beating man, and you have Kelsey underneath if you really need a quick one. Here, of course, there's no one around him, so he's just going to stop. But if that was a cover 0 blitz, I mean, you can feel pretty good about that being a quick route, and if you do get it blocked up, you still have stuff developing down the field as well. So, I mean, you can pretend like here we're getting like a cover 0 blitz. Maybe that would give us man. There we go, finally. And you can see kind of leverages outside or leverages inside. Uses that, goes inside. Pretty simple play, and of course, again, obviously, we'll go back to it. We can run it either way. Here it's mixing, obviously, Kelsey's on the post now, and Gray is going to be on the option route. Not too bad. He's gonna settle down here. Again, pulls those zones down a little bit. Actually, that was weird. That was weird from Mahomes and Kelsey there. You can kind of see. Let's just go to the replay real quick. I know it's getting a little bit long in the video, but if I can spin this the correct way, you can kind of see like this guy kind of comes down, takes a few steps down. I think that's Anzalone maybe. Takes a few steps down, opens up like sort of this window in behind him. This window right here, and behind him opens up. He just takes that few steps down, opens up that, and you can imagine that being open in the game, stuff like that, because that safety's coming down and doing a pretty good job playing that though. So, tight end cross, really like this one as well. You're really getting a lot of different stuff that you're throwing at the user. You're really stressing him mentally on the defensive side of the ball, so I really do like that. Ton of different stuff you can hit the with over the middle, on the outside with the tight ends, option routes, go routes, a ton of different things you can go to with this offense. Really like it, and it's out of Singleback ace, which is just, it used to be a staple formation in every single playbook. Everything had Singleback ace at one point. Now it's kind of you can only find it in certain playbooks, stuff like that. And the really good ones are kind of oddly enough in these alternate playbooks now, but. Yeah, Singleback ace, really like it. Kind of an old school formation. You see a lot of bunch now. You always saw a lot of bunch, but I mean, you especially see a lot of bunch in meta formations now. Oh, it's nice to go back to Singleback ace, 2 tight ends on the field, and I think this is a pretty decent offense with it. So, hope you guys did enjoy this one. If you did, go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel. I got a ton more of these videos on the channel. We've already done pretty many for Madden 24. Game only being out, I guess like a pretty good amount of time now, 3-4 weeks of recording this video. So game's been out a while, but we have a few schemes on the channel. Looking to do probably an ebook in the future, and we are still pushing for that 1,000 subscriber mark. We're almost at 900 right now. So yeah, appreciate you guys subscribing, liking the videos, all that stuff, commenting. Let me know what it is that you want to see next, and yeah, I think that's it. And with that, I hope to catch you guys here in the next one.